Hello, my name is Deginciel, also known as Degnabbit, and welcome back to my channel. And today we'll be going over, part 2, the end of our first week, when you're just starting out in Epic 7 for 2023. I do have to say, I did burn all the free stamina from the event and a few leaves to try and finish up the side story, as hopefully when you're starting, it's not at the end of an event. Or the Espa collab was just ending, so I wanted to try and see if I could get all the rewards. Farming side story doesn't really punish you for being at the beginning or the end. I mean, it'd be nice to clear the hell difficulty missions to speed up everything and get maximum rewards, but all the grindable stuff is actually Espa. It was like best to grind on normal because it's not based on drops, but just points, and it was like slightly more efficient, which ended up working out just fine. Um, so far I am, let me see if I can show you. Head-on event is still going. This account's unlucky here, but I've gotten some pretty good luck overall. So on day 7, we got our Phantasma. I got this random hero. I actually got super lucky. I got some of the better characters I could have, or best characters and artifacts I could have asked from these. So over this week, we got our free 75 attack set, our free 75 HP set. So I did try to max those out. Let me see if I can, yeah. So I did try to max out that gear. These 78 pieces are from the Espa collab. And I kind of regret actually leveling them, solely because I didn't realize they shared accessories. So you only got a three piece out of the 4-piece sets you needed for both barrier and the attack set, but you get enough attack set pieces throughout the story. Like you get this speed one, get this attack one that comes with a crit one, and then this attack set is fantastic, and it's pretty much what we're going to be using for our hunt setup, which leads me into the next point. I did wait, because of the farming the side story, I did hold off on hunts, so I did clear it. So I'm going to go ahead and start the event here with you. Where is it? I did promote my Montmorency. It's a 6-star and finisher specialty change, which took forever. I kind of forgot how long they took, but it's a future investment. So once you complete Hunt level 6, which I just did with my first 4 units, it's honestly, I could probably get up to 11 using them. So they're going to give you this option in events. I would always recommend going for Wyvern first, because speed, crit, hit set, all 3 of those are the most versatile, and this is the most like RNG, like least RNG dependent setups. So let's go click Wyvern. Once you pick one, you're locked into it until you're done. But you do get all 3. So let's see, it's going to ask us to complete Wyvern Hunt 7 or higher 20 times, obtain 10 of these Blazing Rage Catalysts, which I believe are just rare. They're not, or not rare. They're not the bigger ones. They're like 120 AP from side stories. And then promote 2 Phantasma to 5-star. After we complete that, they'll give us a free cigarette, and then enough Daydream Jokers to just max it out immediately. Though because of how artifact charms are like really scarce, I'm probably just gonna keep a few copies and then max them out eventually. After that, it'll let us do stage 2. So let's see. I'll go ahead and do the hunts later, but I'm gonna select that. Let's go over what I've cleared since. Over the course of this week, I worked on getting story cleared up. So I did all of episode 1, cleared everything for the rewards. I ended up getting all the Breath of Orbises that way. I started Unrecorded History, though I did get stuck around... No, it's not this one. I did get stuck around episodes, or chapter 7. Over here, I was going down the left trying to get all the rewards, and this Cecilia is actually, like, scarily strong. That barrier is massive. I'll probably have to manual it or wait for friends. Let's see. I did end up pushing through episode 2 up until... let's see. I did finish chapter 3 of episode 2. mainly because I needed to unlock Furious in my connections. It's one of its requirements. Aside from that, I will be pushing through episode 2 to finish, just because I need to beat 10-10 to get Ross's specialty change, as Ross is super important. Okay, so we have the stories. Let's go over Breath of Orbis usage really quick. So Breath of Orbis, last time I left you, I recommended getting one on the left. I believe I only got the first 3 breaths in the last episode. So you upgrade one on the left to increase the storage maximum, so you had about 12 hours, 18 hours to grab it. Since then, I would recommend 3 in the middle. Well, let's go over everything again. So I gave 1 on the left for the Heart of Orbis. I gave 1 on each side for High Command. So we left you with those 3. Since then, I would recommend either, so you can do it in any order here because they're kind of the same. Upgrade the Forest of Souls to have 3 in the middle. So instead of 1 penguin and 1 phantasma every time, it's 3. The other 2 are kind of like nice to have. One of them's like, oh, your penguins can be rarer, which is like a money thing. Like, you can sell penguins. XP's kind of in abundance, so you don't really care. And then the other one reduces duration of the passive penguin and phantasma creation, which is like from 12 and 24 hours to like 10 and 22. So it's like nice-ish, but not really good. I would recommend spending 3 or maxing out the entire Heart of Orbis, going from the left and middle, and then finishing up with the right, as going up to a 50-50 chance of like doubling your rewards from this thing is kind of nice. And then these 2 are kind of weird. Alchemist Steeple you eventually unlock. You only have the charms to start with, so you have to upgrade the middle if you want to access everything else. Equipment conversion, so you can see we'll get later on. 50. The right side is for increasing quality points, so I went in here, you pump in gear, and you see the little bar on the bottom left. This fills up more the higher quality of the gear. You want to reach the last one, so you guarantee maximum amounts. Steel Workshop, I would max out the middle. The middle is the most important one because you want to up your chances of crafting purple and red gear, which is heroic and epic. The rule of thumb here is generally, I believe, sell blue and red gear you don't need and extract purple gear. I think someone did all the math and found that's the most optimal for maintaining your gold flow while maximizing extraction cubes. You can upgrade either of these. I think it's better to upgrade the Blacksmith's Dormitory first here on the right, because your hunt's materials are limited by stamina and time. Meanwhile, gold you'll be earning from hunts. And I mean, you do use gold for everything. But like, you'll be earning gold as you're farming, and then you'll sell back some of the like gear you make anyway. So it's like, the gold's more like a late game thing, like for maximizing it later. Yeah, that's pretty much it for Breath of Orbises. So the reason I did say clear it out is due to the connections here. So I haven't finished the arena. I managed to pull mine, so this one I'll eventually get passively from doing this. But I wanted to push up episode 2 because of Furious. Furious is going to be our main debuffer for Wyvern hunts later. And as you can see, it requires finishing 3-10 of episode 2. And then, oh man, 400 Brave Crest. That's going to take a while. So just get this started whenever you can. It's basically the only main goal, I guess. I mean, you don't even have to do this by week 1, but getting it started earlier is nice. Let's update. So specialty changes. I did pick Montmorency first. Clary, I do recommend getting as like Clary and Larina. I would say get early, mainly because Clary is like eventually you're gonna have to farm 50 ruins, and then Larina is you're gonna get 15. You have to defeat 1500 monsters in adventure. Get 5 of these catalysts, and then get 800 from the specific story, so it's like, yeah, might as well start it early. Her connection takes a while too. Guild stuff. Unfortunately, my guild still doesn't qualify for Guild War, so I can't show you, but by completing Hunt Sinks, I did get the Mana Drake clause, so if you ever, like, this is basically infinite. You only have to do 3 a day to maintain your requirements, and you can get up to 4 back, so you can kind of mess around of how much you have. For summons, you did get a bonus, like 9 summons every day, so hopefully you got as lucky as me. Otherwise, I'm actually going to wait until the updated unrecorded history before I recommend how to dump your bookmarks to try and help out, like, counteract your luck. I did save my Moonlight summons, so I'm just going to go ahead and pull those and see how lucky we get. Hopefully we get, like, Pillis and other specialty change ones, usable ones. So this one, having a pity is honestly huge now, or at least a soft pity. Eton, Eton's kind of coming up in usage, so we might actually have a use for him on our account. We'll see. Oh, sparkles. So you'll notice in your summons when it sparks either purple or gold, it means it's a 4-star or higher. So let's see. Oh, Assassin Sid. This one's pretty key for arena or PvP in general. So not much use for us, especially in the beginning. He's kind of gear intensive. But let's keep going, see if we can get our luck going. I am kind of sad I did get Curry, but I guess I'll probably find a use for her on the side. Ooh, okay, Moonlight Akaris. That's not bad. That's actually very usable. Alright, Arrowwell. I did pull one earlier from Covenant, so I don't need her. And another Eton. Alright, that could have been better. Well, let's check in on our characters. I did say I got lucky today with my summons, so in my free 10s, my free daily pulls, I did get a Mui. This is the one I was going to say you should pull for, like on a banner with hopefully a good rate up. Solely because of cold-hearted management here. If you run an entire ice team, it gives your team a combat readiness push whenever the front target, your tank, gets hit. So it drastically lowers speed requirements for any content he's in, and has a debuff for decreased attack whenever he counters when this is procced. And then of course defense break, and then increases attack for self, so he adds on layers for debuffs for Wyvern and gives self attack buff, which is huge. Aside from that, I did not like I got Hwa-Young from it, but okay. Crow I got for my daily random summons, which is huge for PvP. Crow is one of the few release time units that has basically never fallen off because he serves his purpose of taking all the damage and then deleting one person from the game. I got Flan from my free random hero. So honestly, she kind of helps with setting up a Banshee one-shot. So maybe I'll show one of those, how to progress it early. Aside from that, I mean, Shuri was a lucky 4-star. We'll probably be using him at some point. If you didn't get Mui, or you haven't unlocked Furious and you want to start Wyvern, I guess Misty Chain would be a good backup. I was going to use her until I pulled him. Helga, I've been progressing. Clary, Arrowwell, Arena. And you just get a lot of dogs, and like there's plenty of stigma. Let's see, backup debuffers. Clarissa is definitely a good one, especially with the extra equip we'll be unlocking eventually. She has defense break and bleeds, which is huge. Most of these are PvP or unused. Leo I did get. I'm not sure if I'm going to be using him for Banshee on this account. Maybe for the one-shot, but definitely not for the initial clear, I don't think. I should probably lock the new characters I just got. Everyone else, it's kind of just level as you go. Carmine Rose is on the back burner. Alexa, I have geared if I ever want to use her. Like, you don't need the crit damage and crit chance gear, honestly. The attack sets base stats are way bigger than what, like, the 60% crit damage even this is. Like, it's huge for Daydream Joker, but you don't need it. I'll probably... Honestly, I'm thinking about Expedition too, and I'm not sure who my main DPS is going to be because I need a healer as well. I was kind of hoping I got a Lots by now, but I haven't. So, we'll have to work on that. Yeah, so by now you should have your first 6-star, a few 5 stars, ideally a specialty change done. I did miss a bit of time the other day, but it's not too bad. So now let's hop in. So you do your daily Labyrinth exploration for the and daily, what was it, 3-4 for your Merchants of Fuchi and the Goblin. And now let's just hop into Wyvern. Let's just jump in and see what it's like. Oh, before we go, I guess Abyss, you should be pushing it. I am up to floor 34. I don't know if it's because of all the ones I got from the event, but I did miss a day worth because I claimed 3 more at some point, so I should be at 37. Spirit Altar is still completely unlocked for new players, I believe. For another, yeah, I got 8 days on that one. Aside from that, Labyrinth, progress at your own pace. The free gear here really doesn't matter. This is the one you do want. I believe I unlocked this Automaton Tower at... I forgot if it's story locked or if it's or if it was rank 45 because I hit both around the same time. Does it say here? Oh, this resets like consistently, and it's gonna be one of our best uses or best resources of free gear. So you're gonna have to defeat each level progressively to get better quality gear, but it's gonna give accessory chests, which are huge. So I'll just go ahead and show you really quick what the content is like. Khazrin's here. So these units, if they die and you don't revive them, you can't use them again. So let's just go ahead and stack it. As well go of our standard team. And it's pretty simple. You're gonna collect buffs and items, kind of like I guess roguelites and roguelikes. So you're gonna get 3 cards, and then you're gonna have to pick. You could look at your inventory of cards. It does give you like a big list. Let's see. So Defiance makes it so at the start of the battle, all enemies are provoked, and they'll attack them in the front row. And then your target will do damage based on their max health back to them every time it's hit. Deals damage based on attack to everyone after a single attack, and then barrier to allies. I'm gonna take Defiance just to see how useful it is at low level. So you're gonna get a reward every time you clear this. Try to do this every reset, especially the higher levels, because like getting a chest that just lets you straight up pick an accessory is huge for your gear advancement, because right side gear is probably the hardest thing to get early on. When you start crafting from hunts, you're gonna exclusively go from like left side probably. So I did make like an entire like list of teams. You'll probably be like 12 or so in here. I don't put expeditions over here because, well, expeditions, they get their own thing. So we have our normal farming team, our 5 hunts. This is my Labyrinth team for normal stuff. The Abyss, my lobby table, the arena team for when I try arena, like actively push and not just farm NPCs. And then these 5 are more late game. These are for Nightmare Labyrinth. You're gonna eventually need a specific team to beat them, and those are really hard, honestly. Or RNG dependent, I should say. The requirement is like you're gonna need at least 20. Yeah, you're gonna need at least 20 units by then, and hopefully they're the right units. So this one was free of the Espo event. This pet's kind of nice, but he's not, or the butterfly is not useful for hunts. The one I got from the start has like a reforged material drop, but it's not really a big like usefulness here. So I'm gonna just slap Mui here and see if this actually helps at all. I'm just gonna continue the hunt, just leave it on auto. So as far as farming for gear, you generally will not farm until Wyvern 11, and then optimally Wyvern 13, the final one, is the only one you want to farm. Because at that level, you're guaranteed max item level gear, and basically stops you from wasting your resources. And honestly, Wyvern's pretty much always the same. It's one stage of like the little lads, and then it's gonna be the big Wyvern. I don't think Wyvern 7 has any special mechanics. Yeah, I think that, so up until 11, the wyverns will always hit your front target. And so it's pretty easy to build around. After 11, they start requiring like a certain number of debuffs, otherwise they'll start hitting your backline. Oh no, I guess Wyvern 7 doesn't hit hard enough, so it just attacks whoever. Alright, well, that's fair. After 11, it's like, oh, if you're anything except ice, you'll like speed up the Wyvern every time you hit it. So it punishes you for not using the correct element. Alright, defense break, and this should be over for Wyvern 7. Yeah, if you haven't done hunts yet, or well, you should with Adventurer's Path, that's basically what it is. You'll be in here a lot late game. This is how you get all your gear. As for Arena, I'm already gold 3. If you've been keeping up with it, you definitely just... Oh wow, that's a 6-star Strauzy. I'm gonna reset this one. I'm not willing to fight level 66 stars like that. This one I definitely think you can beat. Let's see. I think this is an okay... Oh no, yeah, this one should be an okay example. Let's throw Ice Area in here. So yeah, for the most part, Arena is just hop in. You want to maximize so you can get your charms. I'm just gonna AoE here. Oh, no kills. Oh, this is gonna hurt. If I actually lose this, it's not a big deal. Like the fact that I'm already in gold is perfect because you need gold to unlock having your Moonlight's Blessing on defense. Let's see who's gonna go first. Landy's gonna go first. Alright, I just need to make sure Iceria doesn't get debuffed. By the Seaside Bologna. And then Bologna's focus bar is full, so you'll notice certain characters have focus. Bologna, for example, will counter with an AoE after. Let's see if I can stun her so she can't do it. It's not easy to kill as all of her damage gets transferred to the front. Nope, no stun. Alright, this is gonna hurt. I might as well reset her. Yeah, you get the hang of Arena over time. It's mostly just units will have their own targeting AI, and then they have abilities. Everything's on auto. I got the defense break. And the cleanse into push. Okay, cleanse. Let's wipe out the DPS here. There we go. And that should secure the win. Spectre Tenebrio's advantage here is just never being targeted. And slowly chip them down. I'm not too worried. Regular Lilius' S3 is the only AoE. And it's based on highest attack unit alive on their team. So, pretty much clear it. Let's try to be on top of your press. As you can see, I've got plenty. We're going to talk about buying the gear now. So let's see. Next season's kind of huge, so you're going to want as many of them, the silver crests as you can get. That speed set is kind of nuts. Alright, so important pieces to buy. So this one, I believe, is the one recommend for Furious. Let me just double check here. I'll be putting a link to any resources I have for Epic 7, mainly for these kind of things. Let me pull it up. So yeah, so we want this one for Furious. Comes with baseline effectiveness. 88 gear has the same stats as Reforged gear at max level, which is 85 gets bumped up to 90. So this will max out at 65% effectiveness, which pretty much covers the entire effectiveness requirement for Wyvern. So we're going to buy that now. There's plenty more you can get, like this is okay for tanks or frontline. This is... I don't know, I personally prefer speed, but there's definitely a usage for main, like every main stat for boots. That's percentage. And then this one's great for frontline, But that ring is pretty much the only requirement. with the buff to destruction set, like, you can probably get away with some of these pieces. Like, this is huge. Now that destruction set is 30 or 60% crit damage, and Daydream Joker's scales with crit damage. Aside from that, this crit set's not too bad. I would recommend, like, the boots are okay, though this is really a 50-50. Like, this could be bad. This neck is okay. This ring is great, honestly. Like, you could brick it by getting nothing but defense, but honestly, that's not terrible either. The helm is good. The chest is good. Like, this entire set. Speeds or crit set early is probably huge value just because of the extra 12. You're going to be having a hard time getting even to the 90s or 80s. So the crit set's okay. The destruction set's okay. I don't think you need any offensive gear. Or not offensive, defensive gear like HP or resist. The penetration set's okay. These are more luxury things for late game. Like the chest is great. That's about it. I'd say the chest is great. The neck's okay. Everything else is kind of like more character specific for PvP. But for the most part, that ring is only 100% need. For the most part, you'll be getting away with all of the hunt challenge gear. And yeah, that's pretty much it for end of week 1. I do have, yeah, I did see the Adventurer's Path mission is like get the Breath of Orbis, so that's 400 AP for the first mission. Then go to Spirit's Altar, and then like everything else is you'll pretty much have. And then oh, they make you go do Golem. Yeah, this entire thing is, man. I was hoping it's more streamlined, but Adventurer's Path, it does tell you side goals, so and it's good to do. Yeah, I believe that's all. Do make sure to check Garo every time you see he has like a text bubble and you're upgrading this every few ranks. Bookmarks and Mystic Summons bookmarks are in there, so try to keep up with it. Yeah, that's about it. I already covered side stories. Try to do them as you can, but for the most part, I would focus on story, go in order, clear everything out for maximum rewards. There's a rework to Unrecorded History coming, so I'm trying to hold off on doing anything about that content until it comes through and we see what it's like. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching, and have a fantastic start to your new year.